Hi friends! Welcome back to my channel. So today we're doing February's TBR just a little bit early. But you know what? I'm okay with that. I was a little bit late on January's TBR, so to make up for it, I'm gonna do this one early. So these are the books my mom picked for me to read in January. How did I do? The Second Wife, I DNF'd. Cross Her Heart, I finished. Crazy, I finished. False Memory, I read. But Portrait of a Killer and What Was She Thinking? Notes on a Scandal, I did not finish. So, oh, and Watched was a DNF. But these two, I haven't been in the mood for Portrait of a Killer. It's about Jack the Ripper. And I've been kind of going down the bunny hole of the John Bonet case, which is completely like me, but it's an unsolved murder of a child that happened in 1996. And it's just, I've always felt really connected to John Bonet, even though I never knew her. I have no idea why. But I've just been going down that rabbit hole, been watching 2020 and some documentaries about it, and there have been multiple people who have said that they were involved and then DNA eliminated them, and yeah, so it's just an interesting case all around. But I didn't get a chance to finish this. I started it and I wasn't very interested, so I just let myself not read that this month. And then Notes on the Scandal, I just didn't even try. In February, I'm going to be taking part in 2 readathons, and I have 3 buddy reads. So, let's talk about Woody's Roundup, which is a readathon on YouTube put on by Literary Lily, who has created these really cool visuals for it, and then these like things that you can fill out. And I think that it's just really cool. So I'm going to be on Team Sid, the best villain. For Team Sid, you have to collect 3 characters, and then you can steal 3 more. And the team book, which is the first of my buddy reads, is Wilder Girls by Rory Power, which is a book that I've previously DNF'd. I was not liking it at all. But for the Pop Sugar Reading Challenge, you have to read a book that you previously DNF'd. I'm also taking part in the Clue-A-Thon. I found the announcement video from Allie and Books. I'll link her channel, the Twitter for both, all the channels down below. This one you have 10 prompts, but you can double up on prompts here, which is what I'm going to do. So I think I'm going to pick 6 books. I'm trying to get these 2 on my TBR. This is 17th Summer by Maureen Daly and The Last Time I Lied by Riley Sager. This is the only Riley Sager book I have not read, and I'm doing a buddy read with my friend Amanda. And then 17th Summer is the book club pick for me, Michael, and Amanda. The way we are picking my TBR this time is really, really fun. We are using Hey Reader from Chantel at An Intentional Life. Her and her husband have created Hey Reader, the website. So you can pick a card or spin a wheel, and each time you spin you get a different reading prompt. Since I'm doing 6 books, I think I'm going to do 3 cards and 3 spins. Seasonal, a book that suits the season you are currently in. I actually found the perfect book for this. So, for a seasonal read, I'm going to pick The Hunting Party by Lisa Foley. This takes place on New Year's, a New Year's reunion in the remote Scottish wilderness. It's like a survival story, kind of a take on And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie, where you're kind of in this isolated location, the Scottish wilderness, and there are 7 people, I think, and one by one they start dying and you have to figure out who's behind it. And I think this is the type of book that you actually have to figure out who died and who done it, and I'm so excited for this one. Pick number 2. 5-word title. So for 5-word title, I'm picking The Last Time I Lied by Riley Sager. This is the last Riley Sager I haven't read. So I don't know a lot about this. I believe that this takes place at summer camp where these girls go missing, and then the camp counselor or one of the friends that was at that camp survived that night, but they still don't know what happened to the girls, and it's like 10 years later, and she's going back to the camp to find the answers that she wants. Now, book number 3. Let's do that one. Published after 2015. So, it looks like it's going to be a thriller heavy month. I'm not complaining though. So, for the prompt, I'm picking The Broken Girls by Simone St. James. I've heard really good things about this author. I really want to read The Sundown Motel by this author, but I found this at my used bookstore and had to get it because this is an author that I really want to read. I don't know anything about it other than it's a thriller. I think there's a boarding school aspect and a sister aspect. Now we're gonna spin the wheel. Okay. And then maybe I'll go through all of them real quick with you. I don't know. We'll see how time goes. Random author last name letter. Okay. Let's spin, and this will tell me my author's last name. It's going. W? Okay. Author last name that starts with a W. I'm going with Emma in the Night by Wendy Walker. Again, it's a thriller. I guess I'm just really in a thriller mood. It's a thriller that follows 2 sisters, Emma and Cass, who both go missing. And then Cass shows back up 3 years later, 4 years, 3 years later, without Emma, but she has these crazy stories of being abducted and being held hostage for the past 3 years. But there are questions like, where's Emma? What happened, what truly happened to Cass? And what happened to the both of them? And is this girl that returned pretending to be Cass really Cass? Or did she get abducted by aliens? I don't think there's aliens in this. I'm just kidding about that part. But did someone like trade places with her? And like, I just need answers. For 2 left. I'm so excited for this, but I'm really nervous. Okay, let's see. A yellow cover. So for yellow cover, I'm going with The Secret Life of Bees by Sue Monk Kidd. This is a historical fiction, and one of my prompts is to read a historical fiction. So this takes place in South Carolina in 1964. Last prompt, you guys. I'm so excited. So, what is it? Friend Pick. Picking 17th Summer by Maureen Daly are my selections for February. All but 2 of them are thrillers. I guess I need my thrillers. Let's see if I can go through these really quick. Woody's Roundup, Team Sid. So, we have a team book on this one. You can use the team book to replace any of these prompts. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use Wilder Girls by Rory Power as the book for a stolen book because it just seems easy for me. Then Mutant Toys in Ugly Cover. So for Ugly Cover, it's not like the ugliest cover, but it's not that pretty either. It's just like blue over this girl's face. Like, it looks like she threw up the color blue. And I don't understand. Combat Carl. It is a book that involves death. For that, I'm picking The Hunting Party by Lucy Foley. Because this is about someone killing everyone. Oh, okay. So this plus Wilder Girls by Rory Power. That is all the characters I have to collect, but I'm going to try and collect all these too, so there will be 6 books. So, Woody is a book that takes place in the past. Read a book with a historical setting. For that, I'm going to pick The Secret Life of Bees by Sue Monk Kidd, because this takes place in South Carolina in 1964. For Buzz Lightyear, you have to read a sci-fi. We are going to read The Deep, which by Rivers Solomon. Prompt is trash to get forky. I'm going to be completely honest with you here. I don't know what they mean by trash. So I looked it up, and there were like a lot of different kinds of books. But I saw The Party by Lisa Hall on one of those lists. This is about a woman named Rachel who goes to a party one night with her husband. The next morning she wakes up. None of her friends are there. Her husband's gone. And she wakes up in this strange room, and I'm pretty sure that she got raped the night before, but I want to know more than that, what is going on. And that is it for Woody's Roundup. Now for Clue-A-Thon. So I might use those same books. In fact, I'm telling you, I'm going to use some of these same books. So for Clue-A-Thon, one of the prompts is a blue cover, and the other prompt that I'm kind of combining into one book is Library Space, a book that you've wanted to read for a long time. I am picking The Last Time I Lied by Riley Sager. It's a blue cover, and it's the only Riley Sager book I haven't read. I found Riley Sager last year, but I've been on a mission to finish all of his books. A diverse read and a short/fast read. I'm combining those, and I'm going to read The Deep by Rivers Solomon because I have the audiobook on Scribd, and it is a 4-hour-long audiobook. I listen to my audiobooks at usually 1.5 or 1.75 speed, But knowing that it's a fast read, I will do 1.75. Oh, there is one on here that I don't have yet. Okay, that's fine. There's actually a couple on here I don't. Roundup is a historical fiction. For that, I'm picking The Secret Life of Bees by Sue Monk Kidd. Then, for Big Book, I have yet to pick that, but I figured I would pick a Dean Koontz book that was over 500 pages, because that's one of my goals, is to read more Dean Koontz. Spoiler alert, I read 2 Dean Koontz books in January, but I need to pick a big book, which we'll come back to. Then there's a book featuring an animal or nature on the cover. So for that, I'm picking The Broken Girls by Simone St. James. There are leaves right there and branches. It counts. Last one is a weapon on the cover. I don't think I have anything with a weapon. Grabbed a different book that's not already there. And I am picking Married with Zombies, The Couple Who Slays Together Stays Together by Jessie Peterson. She is actually holding a cleaver. So this is about Sarah and David, who were once happily married and in love, and now they're having problems in their marriage. They're fighting all the time, so they go to a marriage counselor. In this story, their therapist turns into a zombie, and they have to fight their therapist and then conquer the world in a marriage that isn't working out. Because I'm a mood reader, and I forgot that I have an audiobook on there too, so it's actually 9 books. Whew. Okay, that's a little scary, but you know what, we're fine, we're gonna do it, because I'm really excited for these readathons. But I'm a mood reader, so these are my top 2 books to read in February as my big book. Okay? So, technically I should pick Strangers by Dean Koontz, because I'm supposed to read a Dean Koontz every month. But since I read 2 in January, sometime this year, I can skip a Dean Koontz book. Do I want to do it already, though? No, not so much. So, The Strangers is, you know, what I said, The Shining, Sundown Motel kind of vibes. It's like strangers in a hotel. Don't know much about it. Or there's 11/22/63 by Stephen King, which is huge. But it's also about, what if JFK never got killed? This plus The Deep and one of these is my TBR. That is 9 books. Thank you for hanging out with me and seeing what my TBR is for February. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel.